Plymouth Bobcat football from Zulius Field here in Plymouth, New Hampshire. Today, we have the Division II semifinal playoffs, the Plymouth Bobcats hosting the Alvirne Broncos, a rematch from last year's Division II championship game at UNH. And if you're a Bobcat fan, you have many fond memories of that 29-18 victory. Joining me here today for this broadcast is a renowned Plymouth High School broadcaster and known as Paul Football Ferentz.
What a terrible, terrible nickname. It's good to be here with you, Tim Tyler. We got a perfect day for football. Cold as could be, 25 degrees. I can't believe the band is out there playing away. But it's a sunny, sunny day. And if Alvirne's going to the championship, they got to get through Plymouth at Plymouth Field, which is a tall order. But I just mentioned earlier, the Union leader has Alvirne winning this game 20-14. So it's a heck of a pick. They're not usually correct, so we have that going for us. But it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. If Alvirne's going to do it this year at all, and that's their one hope is getting a championship, they're going to have to get through Plymouth today, which is a tall order.
Well, Alvirne got here by virtue of their 20-7 victory over Milford last week, and that was a victory that followed a 28-27 loss in overtime the previous week. Plymouth got here with an exciting 14-12 victory over Pelham, down in Pelham, and it was two conversion kicks that were difference in that game. So both teams big wins last week, and you've got a number 6 seed in Plymouth against a number 7 seed in Alvirne. Paul, any comments about that?
Well, that Southern tier has been beating each other up all year. That's where the real strength of Division II is. Of course, you never rule Plymouth out, but the other Division II game was against Kennett, and that was in Kennett, and that was Hollis. Went up there to beat Kennett.
Yes, correct. Hollis Brookline went up and beat Kennett 49-21.
49 points. What was the other score?
And the other semifinal game was down at Bow. Bow beat Sauhegan 51-7. The previous week, I believe they'd played Sauhegan and beat them on a wild one, 41-31. So Bow and Hollis Brookline will be playing today down in Bow for the other spot in the Division II championship game at UNH next week.
Well, I'm not sure it's going to be a high-scoring game. Plymouth did have 2 turnovers against Pelham. They can't do that today. I think Alvirne, like I said, if they're going to go to the championship, this is a year. There are 27 seniors on this team. They only lost 3 from last year, and they are putting all their hopes into this game today to get them to UNH. Which, by the way, the championship game is going to be on a Sunday at UNH next week.
Yeah, that's a change from the past.
Yeah.
By the way, these teams had 2 common opponents. Alvirne defeated Pelham 15-0, and of course Plymouth beat Pelham last weekend 14-12. Alvirne lost to St. Thomas 13-12. Plymouth beat St. Thomas by 1 point, 7-6. So you go with comparative competition. Not too much difference there with those 2 games.
Well, it's high school football. Anything can happen. They've been. I can't see it being a blowout today by anybody. I think it's going to be a hard-fought defensive struggle. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen today. In Plymouth, we know that if they're known for anything, it's a tough defense. So if they can maintain and not make those mistakes they made last week, 2 turnovers, I think they're going to be ahead of the game. All winds down. And they're going to be going to UNH. I'm a Bobcat fan. I'm rooting for them. And I just hope it's a well-played game. Few yellow flags because we can't see them anyway on the field. And no injuries. And I did see down there that Robert Oliver is back in uniform, and he's running through the offensive plays right now. So that was a running back who was not here last week.
And that's huge for the Bobcats. The last couple of games of the season, he had some rather impressive kickoff returns against, I believe it was Hanover and Merrimack Valley, where he really almost broke a couple of them, but he got the ball down pretty deep into the opponent's territory with those returns. So yeah, he's a big addition.
He's an offensive threat. And, I hope, I don't know if Alvirne really did their homework. they should be feeling confident, but you're not going to outsmart the Plymouth offensive coaching or the defensive coaching. Tom Lamb with the defense does an incredible job, and as well as Chris Sanborn in charge of all the plays. He calls all the offensive plays, and masterful job. He's going to come up with something today that Alvirne is not expecting.
Paul, both captains for both teams are going out to the middle of the field, so we're going to have the coin toss here in a minute.
And let's win the coin toss and start off on the right foot.
They're going over all the important issues before they do that. A few fans came up from Alvirne on the other side of the field because the Plymouth side of the field is filling up pretty good here along the bleachers and the hill.
The wind is blowing out there. Could be a factor on these passing plays.
And that's one thing. The Bobcats, their 2 scores last week against Pelham were by way of the forward pass, which Plymouth over the years probably not noted as a passing team, but certainly recently they've shown that they will go to the air.
He comes up with plays. It isn't expected that you're going to have a passing game when you face Plymouth, but Chris will come up with it. He may only pass a few times, but they're going to be significant times where you're going to get that needed first down or the touchdown as needed.
So we're looking here to see who's kicking and who's receiving. They're lining up. Alvirne's going to kick off, going from our left to our right. The Bobcats will receive, going from our right to our left. So the Bobcats will get the ball first based on the toss of the coin. They got the ball first last week and were impressive. They drove all the way down the field and took a quick lead. So I think we're going to be here for the national anthem now by the Bobcat Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem, performed today by the Plymouth Regional High School Pep Band under the direction of Mr. William Gunn.
We're back here at Zulius Field. We just had the national anthem by the Plymouth Bobcat Pep Band. Cold day to be playing those trumpets and clarinets, but they did a good job, and I'm sure they're going to try to get some warmth right now. So it's now time for football. And again, the Bobcats will be receiving this opening kickoff from the Alvirne Broncos in what is a rematch from last year's state title game at UNH. And Paul, we should have an exciting football game ahead of us today.
If all things go according to Hoyle, we're going to see a great offensive series. They're going to be down, and they're going to have a series that Alvirne is not expecting, as they did against St. Thomas and as they did against Pelham. And they're going to march down the field, and I'm looking for 7 right off our first possession, and maybe even a special teams touchdown. Anything's going to happen today. Both teams are looking forward to the championship next week, but they got to get through each other today. It's going to be a tough battle. Cole Johnson's back deep with number 40 is not Matt Cleary. It's Joey Cleary. And here's the kickoff. Caught on the run. Joey Cleary heading out to the long side, looking to turn a corner. Good tackle by Alvirne, shows up right away, drops him at the 30-yard line. Plymouth takes over.
He really, if he'd just gotten around that corner a little bit more, he had some yardage ahead of him. It looked like an open field. Not quite there, but not bad field position, just inside the 30, 1st and 10. Let's see what the Bobcats do in this first series. So Bobcats breaking the huddle. First play from scrimmage, today's game.
Quick handoff. Looks like it's going to Robert Oliver, fighting to get some yards. Fighting hard, but he's going to lose ground on this one, Tim.
Yeah, he couldn't quite break it to the outside, coming to this side. Looks like he didn't gain much of anything. Looking actually, he's had a slight loss on this of about 2 yards. So it can be 2nd and long. Good pursuit by the Alvirne defense as they got right in there and broke that play down.
Very athletic team, very quick team, Alvirne. Deserved to be here today. They worked hard all year. And this is their chance. I heard they're going up to Division I next year, so if they don't get it this year, they're not getting it. Got a wide out on the far side. And there's our first flag.
Looks like we got a possible procedure call.
That could have been Charlie Como a little out of sorts on the illegal motion or something there.
That won't
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, not the way Plymouth wanted to start this.
Won't make Coach Sanborn happy with that.
So we're back down to our own 20. Still 2nd down, but we got a long 20. It looks like 20 to go.
So do you think he'll go to the air this early?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No. No, I don't. But again,
You never know.
Nothing will surprise me.
Nothing does.
He is going to the air, just as you called. Bandit season open. He's going to take it himself down the sideline. He's going to get a lot of the yardage back. Didn't have
that was a pretty good sized gain, Paul. We're going to have 3rd and more like a manageable 4 or 5 here from what I can see.
Yeah, that's not bad. He takes charge. He wise decision or not, sometimes you get sacked. But he had a big play last week against Pelham where he took off for an 18-yard gain. And again, he takes charge, sees what he needs to do. And you're right, it's a reasonable 3rd down and about 4. Crosses out to the left wide. Quick handoff right there to number 19, Joey D'Ambruso is going to get stuffed.
Didn't get much on that.
No, he lost ground on that. So the run game is just not cooking yet.
So we're going to have 4th down. I would assume they're going to punt.
That'd be smart.
With probably about 4 yards again to go for 1st down. So Bobcats, no 1st down on that drive. They did kind of extricate themselves out of deep in their own territory with a ban and run, but we'll have to kick it.
Cole Johnson's back to punt. He's got that little half-step hitch. I hope it's not going to be a problem today. Alvirne's back deep, looking for a good return. Nice hike from center. Not a good punt, straight up. Hopefully it takes a nice Alvirne bounce, and it's on the Plymouth side of the field, so Alvirne's taking over in Plymouth territory, Tim. Not the best start for Plymouth today.
Based on the distance they got at that punt, they might have been better going for it there. They only got about maybe 7 or 8 yards out of the punt.
Yeah, that ball must be freezing cold.
Yeah, it's not going to go far.
He didn't rush it. He just didn't hit it. Alvirne takes over. A formidable offense. They got 2 wideouts to the left and 1 to the right. We're in a shotgun position.
And we're going to have a procedure right off. Right end over here moved, and that's going to put them back 5 yards.
A helpful call. Yeah. Both these teams must be a little nervous, have the jitters. Yeah. You know, they know it's a big game. Somebody's going to the championship as a result of this game, and the nerves will settle down. They're going to settle in.
So now they're equal for procedure calls, 1 on each side in their first series.
1st and 15 for Alvirne, just in Plymouth territory at the 49. Shotgun position. Man in motion for Alvirne. He's back. He's going to pass on this first play. A beautiful pass right there. Lucky he wasn't picked off.
Yeah, a little high for the receiver. Went off the top of his fingertips. Fell incomplete, so it's going to be 2nd and 15.
Well, it was well covered. Good coverage on that play. He was right with him. If he caught it, he wouldn't have had the first down, but Alvirne's looking to put the ball in the air right away. They must think we're a little vulnerable on that end.
They got 3 people lined out wide to the left on this ball.
Again, he's going to roll out number 5. Quarterback, he's being pursued. And that looks like a Plymouth picks it off. Is that the call?
I'm trying to see. I think the Alvirne receiver, I think, caught the ball.
Oh, maybe it was incomplete.
Incomplete, I guess. Couldn't tell from this angle. It looked like it was picked off at first, but it wasn't, so we got a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. Alvirne has gone to the air on every play so far.
That's surprising me. Pretty surprising. This quarterback is a real threat in himself. He could roll out and he could take off and get the yards he needs, much like Bannon does. 3rd and long right here. Big play. He is back to pass again, Tim. Over to the sideline, puts too much on it.
Not even close on that, and they're going to have 4th and long, so we'll see if they are going to try to go for it here. It looks like they may be sending a punting team in.
A very nervous start for both teams.
Neither team real sharp in their first series.
Alvirne could not take advantage of a short punt by Plymouth that put him in Plymouth territory, and then they went backwards on the penalty, so they're going to get these jitters out of the way here.
And the Bobcats are also dangerous on special teams, the punt, kickoff returns. So we'll see what they can do here. They've been very effective all year with this.
Joey Cleary's back waiting for this punt. It's a nice ball. It's going. He's trying to it takes a great Alvirne bounce. And they down it. Just inside the 5?
Yeah.
Wow. Joey wanted to track it down and try to pick it up and take off. It was too far to his right side. He went after it, but big Alvirne bounce puts us deep in our own territory.
And we're playing the field position game right now. Bobcats really need to get the ball out of here based on their first punting attempt. If they don't get a first down here, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. They're at their own 5-yard line at this point.
Colby Cross out wide to the left. Quick handoff. We're running off tackle on the right side. That's Joey D'Ambruso with big yards.
First down on that, Paul. Nice run.
Wow.
Big play, big play, because it gets it out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Nice play by Joey. He started to fill in when Joey Cleary went down with an injury, and hard to get him out of that lineup. Yeah. He's been playing very well, both offensively and defensively. And that, you're right, was a big play to get us out of the hole.
And that's, outside of the Bannon run, that's been the most effective play they've run so far today, is that run.
Offensive line is going to figure out their blocking schemes, and then we'll have a little more fun. He's going to give it again. He's going around that corner. He's got big yards again. 8-9 yard gain, and there's a flag on the play.
So this may be a face mask?
Late hit.
Personal foul.
Horse collar.
I mean, where the area that it was thrown in, you would think that it might have been that, but we'll see what they call. Yeah, it's a personal foul against Alvirne from the referee's signal. That's going to move the ball out really well beyond the 30-yard line. They're going to be out close to probably the 40-yard line by the time they set this down. Yeah, 38, 39-yard line.
Very fortuitous.
Oh, great way. They got out of the shadow of their own goalpost, their own 5, and they've now moved the ball by way of 2 great runs and that penalty.
Offensive line has figured out their blocking schemes. Colby Cross still out wide left. Another running play, quick handoff right up the middle. Going to get some yards out of it. He's still chugging, still fighting. There's a late whistle.
They're pushing that line back. I mean, the last 3 plays, the Bobcat offensive line has been off the mark quickly. And if you want to talk winning at the line of scrimmage, I would say, Paul, the last 3 plays, the Bobcats have shown their offensive line is winning that line of scrimmage.
Cody Bannon in with the play from the sideline. Colby Cross still out wide to the left. Got a 2nd and 5 yards to go here, Tim. Drops it, puts it on the ground, hands off to Robert Oliver. He's going around that side.
Oh.
Holy mackerel, what a great run.
Yeah, and it looked like there was a little hitch in the handoff in the backfield there at first, but he just broke that for a good, 10, 15 yards? They're now inside Alvirne territory at the Alvirne 42, putting together a really nice drive and eating up the clock.
Great to have Robert Oliver back. He's tough to tackle. He's like a little bowling ball out there. Runs hard, hits the hole real quick. And again, if the line does their job, our running backs don't need much, and they just go after it. 1st and 10. Another handoff to Robert Oliver, fighting for yards. He got a couple of yards.
Got it down to about the 40, about 2-yard gain on that.
Joey D'Ambruso going back in for the next offensive play. Robert Oliver comes out for a spell. Get some hot chocolate or something on the sideline.
You know, nothing would surprise me where Sanborn calls plays that they all of a sudden put it up.
I would love it.
Not expected because they're running the ball well, but we've got a 2nd and 8 here.
If he sees it's open, he's going to take advantage of it. Here we go, 2nd about 8. Another one up the middle.
And they're having a tough time bringing the Bobcat runners down.
They're going hard.
Getting an extra yard or two on all of these runs, and that's down. Probably going to have about a 3rd and 4, maybe, about 4.
That was Joey D'Ambruso doing his job, finding the yardage.
And we're probably in 4-down territory here at the 36. We got a 3rd and 4.
I think the kicking game is going to loom large today, Tim. Bannon keeps it, goes around the right side. He's going to get the first down.
First down by 2 or 3 yards, down inside the 30 to about the 28.
Moving the chains, Tim. Just moving the chains.
Yeah. Okay, they place it at the 30, but first down for the Bobcats. Another first down in this excellent drive so far. Ball control, handling the clock, and Alvirne is just having trouble winning any kind of a battle at that line of scrimmage.
Typical drive by Plymouth, starting on their own 5-yard line.
It reminds me of last week's drive, the opening drive against Pelham.
Another quick handoff right there, fighting for yardage. Didn't get that break. Fought for 1 yard maybe gain.
And that's really the first stop that Alvirne's made in the last 7 or 8 plays.
That was Joey D'Ambruso again. He's a workhorse. Oh, no gain. Put it right back at the line of scrimmage.
So I get 2nd and 10.
Austin Tallman coming out. Did a fantastic job last week on defense. You know, that kid's very good sportsmanship. Was helping the players up last week more than once. He extends a hand and helped opposing team member up. Really good sportsmanship by Austin Tallman.
So the Bobcats, what do you think of a jet sweep here?
2nd and long. There it is, off tackle again. We got some yards out of it. I think that was Joey again. Yep, that's Joey D'Ambruso again.
You got about maybe 4.
Well, we're 4-down territory, right?
We're at the 27, and we got a 3rd and probably 6.
Yeah, long 6.
A long 6, yeah. So this is a big play, biggest play of the game so far. And we'll see what the Bobcats do here. Will they put it up? They've pretty much been running inside or off tackle.
I like to see 2 running plays and get the first down. 3 yards a carry. That's doable. Colby Cross is out wide right now. That's Swanson in motion. There it is. Ooh, met in the backfield and crushed. Number 50, Alvirne, just before he can get 2 steps, bear hugs Robert Oliver and drives him down to the ground. Great tackle.
So we got a 4th now and about 6, maybe 7. So they haven't gone to the air so far. We haven't really seen too much to the outside either. Mostly off tackle and right up the middle.
That was Mitch Dobeck on that tackle.
Yeah, great play.
A big hello to Robert Oliver. But he's bad. He's very glad he's back. He'll take that all day. Big play right here. 4th and a long 7. Bannon's going to roll out, keeping himself. He goes around the left side. He spins.
And he
wow, that's going to be close.
I think he has it. He does. He got over that line. He needed to get over the line, and he got over it. He's been effective. He's had just 2 runs, I think.
He is tough.
And he's tough because he had a big run early in the first period. And that one, a big first down run at the 19-yard line. Just got it. They stayed on the ground, and they're running that clock down. And the longer they keep it, the longer Alvirne's offense doesn't get the ball.
Good to have a running quarterback. Get that extra blocker out of the backfield for you. Again, around the same side.
But again, they got him for about, he might get a yard on that, maybe 2.
He's setting him up for that pass that you're wanting to see.
Yeah, they were so effective last week inside the red zone. They've got a 2nd and 9, but they were effective with that short pass. Had 2 touchdowns, I believe, on it. And the last couple of home games here, they showed the ability to throw the ball against both Merrimack Valley and Hanover. So we got 2nd and 9.
Cross out wide. Hand off to Dan Brusso. He's got a lot of room.
He's got a ton of room, yeah.
That's a great run. That hole opened right up. He took off. Another big gain.
You know, Paul, I don't know that Alvirne knows what's hit them here. I don't know that they expected to face this.
Well, I think they came in with a lot of confidence, and I don't blame them. They had a good year, and they got a whole revenge motivation behind it after last year's. Last year's hit them sideways.
Yeah.
They really were caught
We got about
caught off guard.
3rd and 3.
Robert Oliver looking for room. He spins
what a kick.
up the middle. He's going to be in for the touchdown. No.
What's the call?
Was he over the line? Don't tell me that Alvirne gets the ball back.
He was over. Touchdown. I said he was in. He was in when he lost that ball. And they call it a touchdown. Yeah, at first they were going to wave it off, but he was clearly in the end zone, and it scored.
The end zone's that blue line.
Yeah, he was there.
I see the cone. It looked like he was in there.
And what happened after he scored, he lost the ball, but he was well into the end zone when he lost the ball. So they're going to kick the extra point. Of course, this is big because this is where Bobcats have won many games, especially playoff format games, with these conversions. So they want this.
Pete Wingstead, automatic. Ball's down and up.
Ooh.
Kick is up, and it is good.
Boy, that was close. They were right in on that.
95-yard drive, Tim.
7-0, 95-yard drive. Really took a lot of the clock down. I'm trying to see. I think we're down under about a minute. You know, they just dominated the Alvirne line of scrimmage, and the Alvirne coaches out on the field, I'm sure, not happy with that call. But, you know, I think it was clear he had scored. Clearly in the end zone when he lost the ball.
The Alvirne coach is wearing shorts. I don't know if that's going to affect his judgment or not. Holy mackerel. Well, I would have liked to have a replay on that, but I'll see it.
Yeah. No, when I saw it and then I saw the official, it looked like they were not going to allow the touchdown. I said, geez, he was in there.
He was well in.
He was well in, yeah.
Well, this is Pemmy Baker TV. Our producer, Andrew Finn. Grand Estate Sports Network with Tim Tyler at my side. This is Paul Ferentz enjoying this semi-playoff game. See who's going to the championship. Plymouth takes an early lead, 7-0 against Alvirne. And we're now going to kick off. Pete Wingstead going to do his job. And that PAT could loom large.
Oh, yeah. That was, and they were in. It was close to being blocked. But the Bobcats got it through. And, Alvirne, they had a great shot early, and they didn't capitalize when they had the ball inside Bobcat
Short
territory.
kick. Alvirne takes it, going down their own sideline. Good return.
Yeah, they've got the ball at the 40.
I don't know if he purposely kicked the short one or almost like a pooch. He just put it over.
Very deep. But, the Bobcats, didn't give him anything in that first series. Alvirne threw the ball on, I believe, every play.
We didn't throw the ball yet.
We did not throw the ball yet, which I am surprised that we didn't. But
yeah, you like that passing game. You like when we put it up there.
I like that surprise once in a while, and they've been very effective with it.
So Alvirne takes over on their own 40.
They need to answer here quickly.
Shotgun, handoff.
And he's
Look at
nailed.
the tackle right there. Big number 68. Joe Thorne breaks through the line. He was in their huddle and knew exactly what was going to happen. That was a great play. What a start to this game.
I just think Alvirne has to be stunned at this point. I don't know that anyone expected this at this point.
95-yard offensive series, and now the defense is stepping up, dropping Alvirne for a big loss, 2nd and long, 15. Another handoff to number 26. He's going nowhere on that one, Tim. He gets dropped.
I mean, they again, that first series where they had the ball inside Plymouth territory really hurt them because they got nothing out of it. And then to have Plymouth answer with a 95-yard drive, and Plymouth had to start at their own 5. It looked like Alvirne had played it well with a deep punt. It just really turned the tide here.
So is this a quarter or a time?
This is the end of the first period with a 7-0 lead for the Bobcats.
Already a first quarter over with the running game.
They just took so much time off the clock. That must have taken 6-7 minutes off the clock, that drive.
I tell you, it's game planning, and nobody game plans better than Plymouth.
True.
They got their homer. I don't know what Alvirne's thinking now, what they're going to try. They haven't run the ball, but twice they run it now and get dumped.
Yeah. You know, the southern tier plays a lot of run and gun, a lot of spread formations. But, you know, when you got to come to the Arctic tundra up here in Plymouth in November, it's not easy to do that. And I think we're seeing that right now.
Well, this Alvirne team is a very talented team, and they're going to have to make their adjustments.
They got a 3rd and long here, Paul. They're probably going to go to the air.
3 wideouts. Shotgun position. He is back to pass.
To the air. He's got some
getting
time.
chased out of the pocket. He falls down, loses yardage. He's down to the 25-yard line. They're going backwards, Tim.
Yeah, I think he slipped on the Arctic tundra there.
It's okay with me.
A little icy, probably, maybe in a couple spots, but he had time, but he just had no one to throw to. So the Bobcats are going to get the ball again, and they're going to be punting now back from about their own 35, I believe. And the Bobcats have someone deep around the 40.
That's Joey Cleary, 40 at the 40. Not a good snap back.
Boy, the Bobcats
Terrible punt.
Didn't go much.
Get out of the way, boys.
They're going to get this ball inside the 50. Great field position again for Plymouth. And by the way, we'll be kind of keeping our eyes open to see what's happening down south in the Hollis Brookline game. Haven't heard anything yet, but that's a biggie.
That's a big game.
Because the winner of this game is going to go against the winner of that game.
Those are two really tough, legit teams right there. And Bow really looking better every week.
And Hollis Brookline has had a great year. It did a job last week up in Kennett, scoring 49 points.
Plymouth comes to the line, taking over on the Hollis 45. Colby cross out wide left. Bannon with a quick handoff to Robert Oliver.
Yeah, he didn't get anywhere.
Alvirne trying to take the ball out of his hands. That's big number 58 with a great stuff.
We got a first quarter score at the end of the first quarter. It's Bow 7, Hollis Brookline 6.
That's going to be a good game to watch.
Yeah, yep. And again, conversions.
Plymouth loses 5 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 15 from their own 50-yard line. The Alvirne defense is starting to stiffen up. See if they can get back in this game because their offense isn't doing it for them.
Oh, that last series offensively, they didn't do a thing. And, nor did they in the first series. They haven't had much positive yardage, period, so far with 2 offensive series.
Colby cross out wide again. We haven't had to pass it yet, Tim. Bannon's back, quick handoff coming onto the right side. Looks like somebody getting some big yards here.
My God, what a run. Who was that? I couldn't get his number.
Joey Cleary, number 40. What a run that was. Is big. Gets us back. Reasonable now for a first down. Good run by Joey Cleary. Breaks a couple of... Oh, we got a flag down there.
I was going to say, I saw the officials conversing, and I don't know...
Must be a block in the back. Holding. Face mask. Against Alvirne. That's the only way they can get Joey down. He was on his way.
I mean, he got probably 10 or 12 yards out of that and was, within a couple yards up for first down, and that's going to take the ball down inside the 30-yard line.
That's 30 yards Alvirne has racked up today in penalties already. More than their offense has all day.
So far, this first half has been a nightmare for the Broncos.
Yeah, they got to regroup, get organized, refocus, because it's not going well for them right now. 2 big penalties puts us in really good position.
And Plymouth is just breaking off these runs at 7, 8, 9 yards a shot.
First down, quick handoff. Going up the middle is Joey D'Ambruso. Another big run.
Touched. He got a good 10 yards. He must have got 10. Yeah, I believe he got a first down out of that.
Quick feet.
Another first down.
What a great offensive series he's starting off with.
The handoff,
moving those chains.
There were gaping holes in the middle of that line on some of these running plays. It's amazing to watch. The Bobcat line has just been overwhelming so far in this first
They are
half.
usually the unsung heroes. They provide that opportunity for those running backs to see some daylight. And we're down on looks like the 12-yard line, knocking on the door for another 6. Cross out wide left.
It's a quarterback sneak. And
fighting for yards.
He's still up. He is still up. And that's what's gone on the whole first half is the Bobcats are getting 2, 3, 4 yards after the initial contact. And he got about 7 yards on a quarterback sneak.
Line was helping moving that pile.
Alvirne is calling, I believe, a timeout.
Right on the 5-yard line.
They need to call a timeout because they're getting killed on the offensive line.
They got to start to sort things out. They're getting. Yeah. You're right. This is not how they wanted to start off their semifinal game against Plymouth, but leave it to Plymouth to go 95 yards.
And this drive will be another long one. I think it's going to be over 50, close to 50.
Well, they're at the 5-yard line now. So, just hold on to the ball.
What's been impressive is the holes that I'm seeing. Big holes in the middle of the Alvirne line, and the Bobcat runners are finding those spots and getting multiple yards on each one of those plays.
Hitting it right away. And once that a little crack, that's that offensive scheme that Coach Bounds puts together for these guys, and they do what they're told to do, and it works. They execute the plan. Sanborn comes up with a great plan on offense. And Tom Lamb helping out with the defense. Colby Cross out wide left. Band's going to take it himself. He's going around the right side.
He looks like.
Is he in? He's in.
He's in.
Oh my goodness! What a quick strike that was.
I just want to make sure. I believe he made the signal, but
yeah, he did. He did. And just inside the orange cone there. 13-0 right now.
Yeah, he just got inside, and now they will go for the conversion, and it's 13-0. And as I said, the Alvirne faithful are stunned. I think even the Plymouth sideline is a little stunned with these 2 impressive drives. So another big extra point here for the Bobcats.
Pete Winkstead, Mr. Automatic. Ball is down. It's up, and it is again.
Good. It's good, and it's
fantastic.
14-0 Plymouth.
Holy mackerel. Well, they got the 14 points the Union leader said they're going to get.
Yeah. It equals their total last week against Pelham.
So Alvirne's got to find 20 if they're going to be correct. Right now, Plymouth is in total command. Their defense is showing up. I don't think the Alvirne plan is working. They got to readjust. And the offense is clicking. They haven't had to throw the ball yet, Tim, but they're moving the chains.
They haven't had to throw the ball because they've just had so many holes that their offensive line has created. The offensive line has got to be the MVP so far.
No, I agree. Unsung heroes.
This game, I mean, And certainly defensively, they've not allowed Alvirne a yard. They haven't been able to throw. They haven't been able to run.
Well, Coach Bounds has all the blocking schemes, and he's got a hard-working group of kids who follow that game plan, and it's paying off. Joey D'Ambruso finding big gaping holes for big yards today. He's the leading running back right now.
You know, last week I believe Alvirne started the game with an onside kick against Milford to start the game.
That's a little,
it was
little
kind
bold.
of yeah. So I'm
There's a
wondering if
Wingstead
that's
kick.
because they haven't been in a position to do it. But he dropped
Receives it, drops it at the 10-yard line, looking for some room. Gets tripped up, still going. Dumped inside the 25-yard line. Good coverage by Plymouth. Good kick by Pete Wingstead.
And the reason I brought that up is I guess I wouldn't be surprised at about anything at this point, because they've got to do something quickly here to get back in this game.
Well, you could do the unexpected. That's always going to catch you off guard, but it's bold and risky. We've got some wideouts here now, so he looks like they're sticking with the passing game, Tim. Oh, quick handoff to the fullback. He's coming up the middle. He's going nowhere.
They have not been able to penetrate the Bobcat defensive line at all so far.
Coach has got to be scratching their heads trying to figure out what's going to get them a yard. They have been stymied. Second, a long 11.
They need a play. They need a big play just to kind of break this cycle. And he's
He had it. He was right there. Look at him. Oh my God, that was Matt. That was Joey Cleary trying to make it happen.
You know, that was so close to being picked off. Again,
that's
good coverage.
The defensive plan is flawless.
Yeah.
You can get beat physically, you can get beat by a good athletic move, but we're not going to be out of position.
I think the Bobcat coaching staff goes to Bill Belichick graduate classes or something here.
Yeah, they do their homework.
They do. They're
everybody's doing their job. Back to pass again. Right down the middle, a long ball. That's going to be picked off. Cody Bannon has it.
And he's got some field here. He's got some room.
He's still on his feet.
Going unbelievably great defensive pickoff by the Bobcats. I said Alvirne has to do something, a big play. But as you said, Paul, that can be risky. And that was a pass that was really thrown up for grabs. And the Bobcats, again, have it inside Alvirne territory.
I didn't see a receiver out there except for Cody. A beautiful catch.
There were more Bobcat jerseys than Alvirne jerseys. That was kind of thrown up for grabs. And again, this has just been an impressive all-around performance by the Plymouth Bobcats.
Cody Bannon is, again, a defensive standout. Runs the offense as quarterback. Very steady. Plays well within his capabilities. And here we are, 1st and 10, inside Alvirne territory. Quick handoff up the middle. We'll get a yard or two.
But every time, every running play, they get that extra couple yards at the end of that run. So what is a 3-yard gain becomes a 5-yard gain and so on. They're just pushing that line back.
Well, we need another patented Plymouth run the clock 7-minute drive for another score.
I mean, if they do, they're going to run out.
And Alvirne is going to be looking to either warm up the bus or figure out a new game plan because nothing's been working.
About 7 minutes here in the first half, and Paul, a 7-minute drive would run us out of the half here.
Good play off the right side. That was Robert Oliver. He picks up a couple yards.
We're going to have a 3rd and about 3 here at the 36-yard line.
3rd and a long. No, that's going to be 3rd and 6. 3rd down, 6 to go. Could be four down territory. I don't see why not. They're moving the ball at will.
It's about 3rd and 4. Well, PA says 5.
PA says 5. Tim says 3.
And
I
Paul
said a long 6.
So
and our
it's one of those three,
our
folks.
producer said 4. So
take your choice.
It's somewhere in the middle there. Here we go. It is a big third down play. We're in Alvirne territory.
I wouldn't be surprised this be no.
Good handoff to the right-hand side, looking for room. A little spin. Robert Oliver likes that spin move. He gets him another extra yard, but it's going to be fourth.
Fourth and about 3, maybe, or 4.
Yeah,
You take your guess, Paul.
3.5.
He got it inside. Yeah, he got it just inside the 35. So it's going to be fourth and a short 3.
This is going to be a Bannon keeper.
I was going to say every time they've needed yardage on a third or fourth down, particularly on a fourth down, they've gone to Bannon.
Or it could be the play where he rolls out to his left. Kobe Cross comes across with that post.
They haven't thrown it, and what a place for them to put up their first pass.
He could do it right here.
He could take it right up the middle with a snake too.
He's going to fake him out by going left here. No, it's going to be a handoff to the right-hand side. There's room, but he's not going to get that first down.
Nope.
That was Joey D'Ambruso, just good for a yard or two. Alvirne's going to take over in their own territory, somewhere around their own 33.
Oh, it looks like they're going to measure. I didn't think he was that close.
Me either. Didn't look like he got there.
But it looks like they waved for the sticks to come over.
Can't be that close.
I'm surprised. I didn't think he got that close. This would be huge if he got this. It looked like he was a couple yards short from this angle, but he obviously picked up.
Can't see it. All the players are in front of us, but they're going to pull that chain. See what.
It looks like Alvirne stopped him. I didn't think that he got it.
It's okay. Plymouth defense is out there now. Protect that 14-0 lead.
That was a big stop, though, for Alvirne, because they do get the second half kick. We're down probably towards 5 minutes now, and they get that second half kick.
So the ball's at their 33-yard line, Alvirne, trying to generate some offense here. They've struggled all day with the Plymouth defense. From the shotgun position, number 2's in motion. Gonna be quick handoff to him, going around the right side, looking for some room. Looked like a hold. They didn't see that hold. They held up number 30 there. That was J.C. Gomer.
Yeah, he got about 4 on that run, maybe.
Well, that's the first positive yards they've had today, which is good for them. Got a wide out to the left and right. Shotgun no, he's over center now. Hands off to the big number 45.
It looks like he got a first down. Our first down they've had. First down here, well into the second period that they've gotten on 2 running plays. So maybe that will kickstart Alvirne's offense a little bit, because they haven't had much to this point. They're at their own 43 now with the 1st and 10. Let's see what they can do with this. They desperately need to move the ball.
Shotgun position again, quick handoff right up the middle. Another 5-6 yard gain. That number 45 was a horse last year in that game. He did move the ball, but he got stuffed on those 3 extra points they attempted for 2.
Paul, we have an update on the Hollis Brookline Bow game. Hollis Brookline 20 and Bow 7 with 6:15 left in the first half.
Wow.
A little bit of a stunner there, too.
Yeah, Bow is, both teams are very good. Both are legit.
Yep.
Right up the middle, that big horse. That's number 45. He was a horse workman last year. He was tough. He's going to move the chains.
So they've gotten a couple first downs back to back. They're inside Plymouth territory at the 42-yard line, 43-yard line. First time they've shown any life offensively. So let's see if the Bobcats can come up with the answer to slow this down.
Alvirne's on the move. I'm expecting Joe Thorne, big number 68, to come up with a big play right here. Got the 26 in motion.
Oh, bad snap. He almost lost it.
Quarterback improvises, saves himself a big
He
loss.
got 9 yards out of that. That almost went over his head.
Good for him. Good play by the quarterback. Saved a big loss right there.
So actually you got 8. Maybe it's going to be 2nd and 2. And we're down to about 3 minutes and a half. So it's really important for the Bobcat defense to stiffen up here and shut this down. 36-yard line, and again, 2nd and about 2.
Back in the shotgun position, this quarterback. Handoff going right up the middle. Big number 45, the horse, goes nowhere.
Yeah, I got nothing on that.
Gets dumped for maybe a yard gain, maybe not. Maybe, yeah, just held at the line of scrimmage. Going to be 3rd down, and that long 2.5, 3 yards.
This might be a place where they would put it up because you would think they would run it, but might be the element of surprise by putting it up at this point, Paul. So the Bobcat defense better be prepared for that as they're lining.
I wouldn't be.
Hello.
I think our whole game plan is have them put the ball up. He is back to pass. Hands off to 45. He is a horse.
Yeah,
fighting for yards, but he's not going to get it, Tim.
I don't know. It depends on forward progress. He at one point looked like he made the stick. And
Boy, that's close.
Yeah, he's close. He's really close.
See where they mark it.
I'm just looking at where they're marking it because I thought he might have gotten it with that stretch, and he's he got
for
it.
The first down.
He got there, then they pushed him back. So we big first down here. They're at the 33-yard line.
Meanwhile, the clock is ticking, closing in on halftime here. Alvirne yet to score, down 14-0. Plymouth taking charge this first half. Alvirne knocking on the door. There's a passing play right to the sideline. Good pitch and catch. Close to another 10-yard gain. Not too many yards after catch, but it was a good play. Quick toss. These defenders for Plymouth, number 1 rule, don't let them behind you. So he catches it in front of you. And that was a good gain. Again, they moved the chains.
So they got a first down at the 22, moving the ball. It's been a good drive. Most of it on the ground.
Again, he's going to pass another. Same play to the sideline. Hit a little quicker. Swanson was right on him. Again, it's first down, catch. They're sticking with that play as long as it's working. That's pretty good. Knocking on the door.
So we got a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. So Coach Sanborn's decided to call a timeout. See if he can.
He's going to come up with his interception play.
Yeah, his interception play, right? It would be great if they could come up with a stop here because if Alvirne puts it in, we got a 1-score game going into halftime. And only a couple minutes left here. Actually, 40 seconds left. So this is not the way you want to end the half by giving up a score.
Well, Alvirne's got to be smart. They got to use their timeouts wisely with only 40 seconds left.
Yeah.
And you're right. They need to make this a 1-score game.
And I think they're probably going to try to go to the air because they have in the last 2 or 3 plays and been effective. But there's always that danger when you go to the air. 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. Interception, incompletion.
Here we go. First down. Alvirne knocking on the door. Hand off to the horse.
Oh, nothing there, nothing. He lost a couple.
Yes, he did. Big stop.
They got to line up quick.
Big stop. I don't know who made that big stop.
Well, he lost a yard maybe. And he's going to the middle again.
26 right up there. Got a good 4 or 5 yard gain.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the clock is running.
Yep. 3rd down and 5.
Tick, tick, tick. Yeah, they're wisely using those timeouts. They are knocking on the door. They're about the 7-yard line maybe, Tim?
Yes. I'm just trying to see where that ball's placed.
Yep,
yeah,
7-yard line. Okay. Here's where the defense earns their money.
This is such a momentum situation because if the Bobcats hold them, that's going to be huge. And if Alvirne sticks it in, it's going to be huge either way.
Yeah. Well, this is their first offensive series that's paid dividends.
But it hasn't been easy. But it's been a good drive. The Bobcats had pretty well shut them down the whole half until this drive. So, again, this is huge for the Plymouth defense. We're down with just seconds here in the half. I can't quite read it. I know we're maybe at 20 seconds or so. 13 seconds, according to
13 seconds,
our producer.
Holy mackerel.
So they really...
you might as well pass. The clock stops on incomplete. Or
I mean, if they run it and they don't get in, they may not get a shot at another play. They'll be close.
Well, big number 45, who's been their workhorse, has been stymied. He's not going anywhere today. Here we go, folks.
They're
Back to pass. He's looking to it again.
And he's not even close. That was over his head.
Too much on it.
Yeah.
Buck gives him a chance for another play.
He was there, but it looks like their plan is to go to the air. And is this... I'm just looking at the down on this. It's 4th down, so they have to score here. Although they can get a first down inside the 2. But
they got to throw it. They're not going to run it.
They've got to throw it because they don't have the time to run it.
No, the clocks are going to run out. Here it is.
And again, they almost have to.
Defenders are ready.
And we've got
Plymouth timeout. Plymouth timeout. Holy
Do you think
mackerel.
that Chris might send the house on this to? Do you think he may blitz and put a lot of pressure on the backfield?
Well, he's a good athlete, that quarterback. You could flush him, but he could hurt you if he gets flushed. He could take over and just run it in on a busted play. But you don't have time to mess around. I don't think that's a bad idea, send somebody rushing up the middle. I don't know.
You don't want to give him a lot of time.
No, he has too much time as it is.
I mean, he's going to. Chances are he's going to have someone in the end zone open. So you want to make him rush a throw if you can. Obviously, you got to watch him tucking it and running it if you can.
Well, when Pelham last week went for 2, which would have tied the game up, Andrew Tallman broke through the line and caught him in the backfield and threw him down. And it was just a great play. He's a linebacker, so he was blitzing.
Yep.
And I don't if there's a gap in this line today, I would have him do what you just suggested.
And they have
rush him, flush him.
And they've done that today a couple of times. They've gotten into that backfield on that quarterback. So.
This is a big play here, Tim. You're right with the momentum.
Yeah, big play for both.
They would love to go in with a score.
Yeah.
Here we go. They're handing it to 45, who's going to pass.
He got it. He scored. Trick play.
Did you see that? 45 comes to the line. It's hardly a pass. He just...
Yeah, I mean, great play, no question.
Yeah, that was a good call. Good call by that coaching staff. So they got on the board. Now they're going to see if they can match us with a PAT here.
They've not had great success with this.
Ball's down. Kick is up.
No good.
Yeah, looks good.
Oh, it didn't look good to me at first. It was awful low. 14-7. We got a ball game.
Yep, good for Alvirne. Used it wisely the time they had left and called their timeout to come up with a big trick play no one was expecting.
Yeah.
I don't think they had that. I don't think they used that once this year, be my guess. So they're on the board.
And they get the second half kickoff.
So there's time left. We're going to have a kickoff here?
I believe there's just a few seconds.
9 seconds left.
9 seconds.
Okay. Maybe we could run one back. That could be fun.
Yeah.
We know Mike Boyle's done it with 7 seconds, and Sauhegan was crazy enough to kick it.
They will probably kick it on the ground here. I doubt that they're going to risk a return. That would certainly change momentum again if Plymouth returned this, and they've done that. Yeah, they've had some great kickoff returns this year. And it's kind of a
pooch.
Weird pooch kick.
Cole Johnson's got it, looking for the wall, coming down the right-hand side.
He's got an opening.
He's got room. He jumps it.
He's got an opening.
Still going down the sideline.
He had a good opening there.
He may have stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he did. But I don't know if there's any time left now or not. 1 second.
1 second to the half.
1 second. She said get good field position, too. 41-yard line.
Well, I don't know what you do here. Take a knee, go in and get warmed up.
Throw it deep.
Sandlot ball.
Throw it deep. Go for the gusto. Go for it all. Hey, that's what Alvirne did. They threw a trick play and it worked.
Yeah.
What if Chris has got one up his sleeve here?
No.
It looks like they're going to just...
they're going to take a
but
knee.
you never know what they may run out of this. No,
There you
they're
go.
going to take a knee.
Good play. That's halftime.
Score at the end of the first half from the Zulius Field. The Plymouth Bobcats 14, the Alvirne Broncos 7. Good first half of play. Alvirne getting that touchdown in the waning moments of the second period has gotten themselves back in the game. Bobcats dominated the first period and the first part of the second period, but that last 5 or 6 minutes, Alvirne put together a very impressive drive to get on the scoreboard. So
Nobody expected Alvirne to be shut out, of course.
No.
A lot of points scored this year, and this is Pemmy Baker TV and the Granite State Sports Network. We're at halftime here, and we're going to have a little treat. Andrew Fenn, our producer, has let me know they're going to show the cheer team competition that was at Pinkerton just last Sunday. A great performance, and we'll be back.
We're back here in Plymouth, New Hampshire as halftime is finishing up. Had some entertaining music from the Plymouth Pep Band. Both teams went inside, warmed up a little bit. What was a great first half, Paul, 14-7 Plymouth. So we're about ready to start the second half. And You know, in a game that certainly saw Plymouth dominate the first part of the game up through midway through the second period, and then Alvirne answered with a TD in that last few seconds of the half. Any comments, Paul, as we go into the second half?
Well, you're not going to shut Alvirne out. You expect them to get on track sooner or later, and they have gotten on track. They had 30 yards penalties against them that put Plymouth in great shape for the offensive series we were scoring on. So we're going to have to kick off to them now, and let's see, as you mentioned earlier, the momentum change. They score, they go in, they're feeling better about themselves and what they're doing. I thought their defense was going to stand up, come up with a big interception, but this is deciding who's going to the championship game. And so they're going to let it all hang out right now. It's 14-7. I don't think the game's going to end this way. No, but the field's in great shape. That's Jimmy Blake and his maintenance crew. I just got to give a shout out to him and the coaching staff around there. They got shovels and they clean this field off. It's one of the better venues in the state, no doubt, for turf field, grass field. So kudos to Jimmy Blake and his team. And Plymouth getting ready to. This is Pete Wingstead with a big foot. Not a bad kick. Taking out to 15. Going right up the middle, looking for some room. He's got a little room there. He's still on his feet. Finally gets dumped. That was a good tackle by number 12.
So he got it out to about the 46-yard line, so it's good field position for the Alvirne Broncos. So they ended the half on a high note, so let's see what they do here in this first series in the second half. And this is a huge series because they picked up some momentum with that touchdown in the last 10 seconds of the half.
They did. That was a big tackle by Curtis Cross. Good job by number 12. Alvirne going to the horse. Here's that kid who ran wild last year. He's running up the middle for a good 8 or 9. He is a big boy.
And Alvirne's found an area where they're really picking up some yardage up the middle, which they didn't do in the first period. Plymouth really was winning that line of scrimmage, but it appears now Alvirne's found a spot where they can pick up some yardage and have done so here in the last few series.
Well, Plymouth defense is going to make their adjustments. They got to stand tall. We know this kid could pass. If he gets the running game going, it's going to be dangerous. You got 3 wideouts. Hand off to the horse, but he gets dumped in the backfield for a loss, or close to a loss, or maybe no gain. It's going to be 3rd down.
It'll be about 3rd and 2. And this is a huge play here because if they can stop them here, most likely Alvirne's going to punt. So this is a big play, Paul.
Good defensive stand. I think that was Captain Jake Duquette. Made a good stop in the middle. 3rd down, 2. We're back in the shotgun position.
He's going to throw it.
That sideline pass, it's been open all day. We don't want that kid getting behind us, but he's going to easily pick up the 1st down. A good 6-8 yard gain. Chains are moving.
Surprised they threw it there with the short yardage situation, but again, they're moving the ball. They're down inside the Plymouth 40 at the 38, 1st down and 10. Bobcat defense has to stiffen up here.
Yeah, Alvirne, they're playing off that momentum that ended the half, and they're looking like they want to get in there and tie this game up. Quick handoff to number 2. He's coming wide. We got him.
Oh, nice
what a great
tackle.
block
nice
right there.
Tackle. Was it 34 on that?
Swanson.
Swanson. Great play. He took him down for about a yard loss on that.
Captain Cale Swanson. Yeoman's work both on defense and offense. Big number 34 shows up. That's a big stop right there.
So that's a good way to start off your defensive series, holding them or limiting them to no gain or a yard loss. Bobcat defense, again, needs to tighten up. This is a big series.
Number 2 in motion. Quarterback's going to keep it, looking to go up the middle. He's got some big room there. Didn't get the 1st down, but got some good yards. Puts him in good position here in 4 down territory.
Be 3rd and 2. They've had a lot of third and short yardage situations. Here is another one down at the 30-yard line now.
Alvirne's on the move, trying to make a game of it. Knocking on the door, trying to tie this game up. 3 wideouts. Big handoff to big number 45 up the middle again. He's not going too far.
He didn't get much. He might have got a yard if he's lucky. We're going to have a 4th and a yard, maybe a 4th and 2 here. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 2. So this is a big play. Play of the game right now, Paul.
Defensive line doing their job, really.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they tried that sideline pass again. They've had such success with it.
Joe Thorne's out there. Tommy Warden's out there. 2 big boys.
And if they do try that sideline pass,
going to hand off again to 45. He's going to go wide. He's got that first down. He stumbled a little, but he was in the clear. He was on his way.
He was on his way, yeah. He got about 6-7 yards.
Alvirne's on the move, and they're moving those chains again.
That ball again and eating a clock. Down to the 22-yard line with a first down.
First down, Alvirne.
So Alvirne made their halftime adjustments, Tim. And they're moving the chains. This is big here. We got a flag.
This might be against Plymouth's defense was jumping, but I don't think they went offside.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to go against Plymouth.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone going offside on that. That hurts.
Can't give away those extra yards for nothing. So they got a first and just a 5 to go down inside the 20-yard line of Plymouth. 14-7 score. Plymouth in the lead, but Alvirne knocking on the door.
Plymouth defense needs a big play here.
Quarterback keeper gets a few yards out of it.
He's at the 15. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It's 4-down territory anyway, Tim. Alvirne knows what's at stake here. The last game for many of these seniors, unless they win it. Here we go, 2nd and 3 or 4.
Oh.
Plymouth jumps off the line. Jake Duquette, captain. Thought he had the snap count figured out and jumped. That's going to give him another 5 yards. Not a good start for Plymouth this half. Puts him right into first down territory. That gives him a first down. You're right.
So they're going to first, and I don't know if this is going to be goal here at the 10-yard line. I don't know if they can get a first down. If they can, it's going to be.
No, they put the
10, so they got to score.
Put the chains down.
Yeah.
Handoff. You're going to get him in the backfield.
That's what they needed. Big loss, 5-yard loss on that. Big play by the Bobcat defense. Just what they needed.
That's Ian Trider broke through the line, hit him in his own backfield.
So this is going to be 2nd and 15, and again, they do have to score here. Cannot get a first down. So it's 2nd goal from just inside the 15-yard line. They're probably going to have to go to the air, so the Bobcats got to be prepared for that.
You got Tomlin on the outside, number 50, and Ian Trider. They're showing up big defensive plays here.
He's going to the air on this. Same sideline play, went for about maybe 7 yards. It's down to about the 8-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down from the 8. And that play they have run successfully time and time again. You'd like to hope maybe a Bobcat defensive back can step in front of that pass, because if they do, they could take it to the house. It's there.
Well,
And they've thrown it at least 5-6 times so far.
third down here. 3rd and goal. Going to be the handoff to the horse. Big number 45.
He's not going to get there. He's going to be about the 5-yard line.
It's a big down.
4th down at the 5.
Big play for Alvirne right here. I don't think they're going to go for a field goal. I don't know if they have a kicker. Barely got the PAT through. So this is going to be maybe another trick play.
Could have that last score was a kind of a pitch to the back who threw it.
Yeah, that was a goofy-looking
It was
play.
actually, I don't know if they executed the way it was supposed to, but it worked.
It worked.
As long as it works, that's what counts. But
This quarterback is a good athlete. He could do a little rollout and look for a man in the end zone or go for the cone on the corner himself. Big 4th down play here.
he's going to throw it.
He's
throwing
looking
it to
on
this
side.
He's
He's-
wide open.
He didn't get in, though.
Didn't get in, though. He was close.
Cole Johnston, he's down there on a big tackle. Cody Bannon right there, number 11. What great defensive stop that was for Plymouth. Holy mackerel.
It looked like he was going to get in, but he made the stop. And this must be, I'm looking at where they're going to place the ball.
Got to be right on the line.
It's 1 yard line.
Looks like the 1 yard
1
line.
yard line. Tough place to have the ball.
Holy mackerel.
What we need right now is a 99-yard drive that eats up the clock.
And gets a 6.
Yeah. They certainly, actually, it looks like it's at the 2.
Good defensive stand, though, Tim.
Yeah, it was.
We needed that.
That was a big play, and obviously they need their line to really open up some holes here because they're so deep.
Working out of our own end zone. Quick handoff, come to the right side. There's a lot of room. He's got on the right side.
Oh, he was within maybe a trip of breaking that ball.
Yeah, there was an Alvirne player on the ground and just reached up and caught him by the ankle.
He could have gone. Oh, that was scary for Alvirne. But he got a 1st down, and they got it outside of the shadow of their goal. It's 1st down now at about the 17. They overloaded to this side in the backfield.
Who ran that? Was that D'Ambruso running that, number 19?
I didn't catch who it was, but
He has been a workhorse just doing it.
he just had just that one trip. They've had a couple of those today. This is new. This whole formation is new.
Quick handoff and going to the right side. That's Robert Oliver. Going to get a couple yards anyway, Tim.
He got over the 20. He got about 4 yards on that. But they're showing me something I haven't seen, Paul, in this the motion in the backfield to this side, coming to this side. That's not something I've seen this year. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, Tim.
Okay, you have?
They don't do much different from week to week.
I have not.
I'm sorry. Look at some of the replays over the last couple of weeks, will you?
Okay.
Jeez. Here we go.
They haven't shown it in this game until now.
All right, 2nd down and a long 5. 6 yards. Cross out wide to the left. There's a little motion for you. That goes to Joey Cleary looking for room. He gets slipped up. Maybe gained a yard.
So they got a big 3rd down here. They really need to get this 1st down and get it out further. They've got a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, 3rd and a long 5. This is Cody Bannon going to do a little rollout, take it himself would be my call. Maybe even come to the short side of the field. Cross is going out wide to the left. Cody's in with the play now. This is a big play.
Biggest play of the game again. We got just 2 minutes left in this period, so
it's incredible.
Incredible how fast the time has gone by.
Is Swanson in motion? We're going up the middle with it.
Oh, he's going to be short. So we're going to have to punt.
That little counter did not fool anybody. Joey Cleary had it. Didn't lose any yards, but didn't gain much. Maybe a yard. It's going to be 4th. We have to get rid of it. We got to get a good punt off here. Alvirne's got a back deep at his own 40. Cole Johnson's got to get off a good one here. Good snap back. There's a nice punt.
It's not a bad punt, no.
Runs up to receive it. He's got a little room. Number 2 is dancing. He's going down the Plymouth sideline. Going to get knocked out of bounds, but deep in Plymouth territory, somewhere around the 30-yard
line.
Alvirne's setting up again for another offensive surge. It looks like the yeoman's work is going to be on the defensive side of Plymouth this year.
Well, one of
this
the things,
game.
I asked Coach Sanborn at one of our pre-game interviews was, with the game on the line, would you want your offense on the field or your defense on the field? And he said he'd want his defense on the field. He said, I presume we'd be ahead, which is a good point. And his defense certainly proved it last week with a final stop against Pelham.
There's the horse up the middle. He's got a few yards this time. Big number 45. Senior looking for that championship like everybody at Alvirne. Looking for their first championship. Got to get through Plymouth to get to that opportunity at UNH next Sunday. That's a tall order. Plymouth defense has been showing up. Big stop on the goal line just 2 minutes ago.
So it looks like here they've got about a 2nd and 6, maybe a long 6.
Got the wideouts now, 3 receivers back in the shotgun position.
He's going up.
He's got room. He's got time. He's gets flushed. He's going to get knocked down for a short gain. Still in 4-down territory, but that was just a 2-3 yard gain. Joey D'Ambruso looked like Tommy Warden in on the tackle.
You're going to have, I'm just looking, was there
is
a flag on the play? I didn't see that, as we don't see the yellow too much. But this is moving the ball back, and that must have been a hold, because that was a significant mark-off.
Didn't see the
I did not see
the sign.
I didn't see the sign, and I didn't see the flag. Those yellow flags are hard to see, and we've got to stop in the action. And that's the quarter. That was the fastest quarter I've ever seen. Well, that went by.
To Plymouth's advantage.
Plymouth only had the ball for 1 series, I believe.
14-7 lead. They're holding on to it. Alvirne just gets penalized, puts them deep. And they're going to be looking to get a knock on the door again. Changing the quarter. They're going to go the other way. It's Pemmy Baker TV with Granite State Sports Network bringing this game to you. You can enjoy all next week. Heck of a ball game for seeing who's going to UNH next Sunday. 14-7 right now. Plymouth in the lead, but Alvirne is knocking on the door. Plymouth defense is going to have to stand tall.
So let's see, I'm looking, the ball's at the Plymouth 39-yard line. Alvirne's going to have about 14 to 15 yards to go here.
It's 2nd down.
And it's 2nd down, yeah. So they got some long yardage to make up for here to see if they can do anything. Still down 14-7.
Second down, 18.
Quarterback's going to roll out left.
Rolling out.
Looking to find some room. He's not going anywhere.
Big defensive play. He got nailed for an additional loss of 6 or 7 yards on
Joey D'Ambruso.
This is going to be 3rd and a mile.
Storms in untouched and catches him from behind and drops him for a loss. That's a big play. They're not in 4-down territory anymore.
Well,
maybe.
Maybe, but this could change the field position for the Bobcats if they can come up with a big play here. They just had one, 3rd and probably 20 plus. I think I'm looking at 3rd and 22.
3rd and a mile.
So they're
he's going to put it up.
He's going to put it up.
He's going to put it up. He's looking at
got some opening
getting flushed. He's going to get dropped in the back for a short gain. Quarterback is a good athlete, pretty good on his feet, mobile.
And it looks like they're going to punt. Looks like they're sending the punting team out. So again, they're trying to push Plymouth back deep in their own territory. And the Bobcats are getting somebody out there.
Joey Cleary's going to get back. He receives these punts. I don't know if
They haven't.
is Alvirne faking this?
Yeah, they haven't sent anybody back deep. They don't have anyone back deep.
They might hike to the short guy and think, no, he's not going anywhere. He's got to kick this.
They're just letting it go, and they're going to get
Nice Alvirne
deep.
bounce.
Yeah,
Look at this.
5-yard line.
Boy, oh boy.
I'm not sure what the strategy was. They didn't have anyone lined up to take that kick.
I don't know. Well, it's down there. Plymouth's got their work cut out for us. Fourth quarter has begun. Plymouth holding on to a one-score lead, 14-7. Starting again from their own 5-yard line. Last time they went 95 yards and got a score.
And this could be for Plymouth the drive of the season.
This could be the one that gets them to UNH. We know that.
Right, that's right. And they've shown they can run the ball on this team.
Quick handoff, looking for somebody up the middle. Again, Joey D'Ambruso with plenty of room, looking like he's going to get the 10 yards needed
He was close to that first down.
to move those chains. He's right
close.
He's right on the line.
Yeah, they
going.
Got it. He got it. So, boom, right off the bat, 10 yards, first
Boy,
down.
He has been clutch all day, that young man. Terrific student athlete. Defense standout, offensive standout. Joey Cleary's coming out. Charlie Como's in. Cody Bannon with the play. First down from our own 15-yard line. In the fourth quarter, we could use up a lot of time here, Tim, and end with a score that could cap it. That'd be nice. Charlie in motion. Second man gets it. He's not going too far. Maybe
a yard or two on that, but that's it.
looks like a yard or two loss.
We're going to see where they're placing it. He's
Staying right at this,
right on the line. So
right at the
no
line
gain.
of scrimmage. No
Second
gain.
down.
Have we thrown a pass yet?
I was going to say that we have yet to put the ball up, which is a surprise because they've been in positions where you think they might have. But I think Coach Sanborn feels like he can get the yards on the ground. And
He's saving it for an opportune time.
If he really needs it.
Colby Cross out wide to the right. Plymouth comes to the line, 2nd and 10 from their own 15. Quick handoff over there that looks like D'Ambruso again. He's going to get chopped down immediately. Maybe a yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and a long 9.
Yeah,
This is a tough challenge right now.
Last 2 plays, not much. And this is not an area where you want to punt from your own 15. Well, the clock running here in the fourth quarter.
Colby Cross out wide right. We have yet to pass. This is a big 3rd down. Got to keep the chains moving, keep the clock moving.
This may be a Bannon keeper.
He's back. He's got an opening. He's going to do that little screen play. Got a lot of room out here on the right. And the left, he finds his way, picking his way, still on his feet. Joey Cleary is making it all the way to the right side.
Oh,
It's caught from behind. What a great run.
Beautiful, what a tremendously well-designed play. Unbelievable execution, the pass, the catch, the run.
Big yards for Joey Cleary. Senior year, doing a great job. Glad he's off that injury list. He showed up today. That's a great play, gets us out of the hole. We're still in command of the clock here, which is what we have to do. Cody Bannon, that was a terrific call by Coach Sanborn. Little flood screen, and Joey Cleary works his way, breaking tackles all the way down to the 45-yard line of Alvirne. Plymouth is on the move. Handoff up the middle.
You got 2.
Maybe a yard and got thrown back like a bobblehead. That was a good tackle by somebody on Alvirne's side. Clock is running, boys and girls, when you have that running game going.
It's about 7 minutes to go.
That third quarter was the quickest I've seen this year.
This is moving fast, too, because both teams, for the most part, have kept it on the ground.
Just have to move those chains a little bit. Cross out wide left, occupying that number 18 for defense, trying to lull him to sleep. Quick handoff up the middle.
Another short gain.
Short gain.
At the end of the third quarter, Hollis Brookline leads Bow 27-14. So we have third down and 7. So I don't know what they'll run in this, and if they don't get it, will they go for it or try to punt them deep?
Colby cross out wide left. So the only and first and only passing play was a little screen play.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he'll
went
go
for
to
big yards.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he'll go to the air again.
Banner's going to take it himself, coming wide. He's not been fooling anyone. He's going to get thrown for a loss. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
And I think they'll be punted here.
Yeah, that didn't fool anyone.
They want to put Alvirne as deep as they can. And it's looking more and more like whoever wins this game may be taking on Hollis Brookline. Right now, it's not over down there, but it's a 2-touchdown lead for Hollis Brookline over Bow, 27-14, going into quarter 4.
And that game's at Bow.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a stunner.
A lot of sad.
Not a real stunner.
Going to be a lot of sad faces in Bow.
With the season they've had, unbeaten. So Plymouth's going to punt here.
Cole Johnston back. He's got to get this punt off. Coming in on him, he gets it off.
It's a good punt.
Down to the right side.
And it's kicked to the sideline.
He fields it, and he's going up the sideline. He gets he got 10 yards out of that.
Yeah.
Ball close to the 30-yard line for Alvirne, taking over on offense now with under 7 minutes to play in this game.
5 minutes. Under 5 minutes left.
And the clock is running.
And I think if you're Alvirne, you probably got to think of putting the ball up quite a bit now.
Well, they've been doing okay with that sideline pass.
Yeah.
Good for 8 or 9 yards every time.
That sideline pass, one of these.
The only one it didn't work on was the touchdown they tried to go for.
But that sideline pass is open to interception too if it's timed right.
Give it to the horse.
On the ground and
going nowhere.
Only got 2.
Ian Trider in there, number 42, very tough on defense.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't tried to take a crack at a deep throw here.
Got some fresh linemen coming in. Sean Griffith. Tyler Statowski coming out. Tommy Warden in center of that line.
2nd and 8.
Back to pass.
Throw.
He's got plenty of time going down the sideline. What a grab. Did he catch that? Did he stay in?
No.
What a great pitch and catch right there. He had the ball.
He had it, but he must have dropped it because he
hit the ground and popped.
Yeah, must have popped out.
Looks a little shook up, this number 30. 14. It's a nice play.
Yeah. 3rd down here. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, he's a little shook up on the sideline. He's on one knee. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him.
And it looks like we have a timeout on the field because the Plymouth Bobcats are coming over to Coach Sanborn. And maybe Alvirne has stayed in their huddle, but Sanborn's meeting with his defense right now.
Well, you're right. They got to put the ball up. Time is their enemy at this point.
I mean, Alvirne has come out of the huddle, and Plymouth's back on the field, so.
Cole Johnston back, defensive back. Colby Cross is back. Here he is. That little sideline pass that's worked all day. Not going to get the first down.
Got about 4 maybe, and we're going to have a, let's see, fourth down here, and they're short by 4, maybe 4th and 3, 4th and 4. They're at their own 35. Are they going to go for this? It looks like they're going for this.
Well, gutsy call, but you know what? You want to go to the championship, got to take something. That was easy.
Same play. That play has worked every time they've run it. First down.
Pitch and catch. That was a gutsy call. Paid off big. Moving the chains, and Alvirne's still in control on offense.
But the clock's running. We're down to about, looks like 3 minutes.
Unbelievable. What a ball game.
And this may go right down to the last seconds here. First down.
Need a big defensive play here.
Ooh.
Right down there. No good. No flag on the play.
Yeah, quarterback got nailed right after he threw it.
Yeah, he didn't see him.
No call on it.
The ball was up there. It was off his hands on the sideline, but
we got 2nd and 10.
Well, 4 downs here on in.
Yeah,
they're not backing down.
They're still inside their own territory at their own 45, but they're obviously putting the ball up, and they really need to at this point with the amount of time that's left. We're under 3 minutes. Close within completion, the clock stops.
Again, back to pass. Got in there. It's picked off. Oh, he had it. Kobe Cross had that ball.
In his hands, and I guess he dropped it. It looked like he had it. That would have been huge because with the time left, they might have been able to run it out.
Alvirne's not going to go quietly, Tim.
Oh, no. They need a touchdown and conversion here.
This quarterback throws a great ball. If these kids could hold on to it. I think you're right about what you said in the first half. You got to sneak somebody in there to hustle them and make them throw it right away.
Yeah,
a little blitz.
He needs to have pressure on him because
a little blitz action.
Give him time, and
He's rolling out now, looking for room. He's not going to have it. He's going to get caught
anywhere. And he got nailed at the marker.
Great defensive stand by Plymouth.
The clock is running. He didn't get out of bounds from what I can tell. And this is going to be 4th down again. It's going to be 4th and 10. And this is the play of the game here with just a couple of minutes left. 2 minutes left, 4th and 10. If the Bobcats can hold them here, they're going to be in great shape.
Good timeout by Alvirne, operating from their own 45-yard line. And you're right, this season, they could be putting their season on the line with this play.
I don't know how many timeouts they have left, but I believe they just took one.
They have 3.5, I think.
Yeah, and if this is the first one they took, they'd still have 2. But it's, a couple of Bobcat first downs would... I'll
tell you what's crazy. They don't have to get tricky here. That sideline pass...
That sideline pass has been getting them 10 yards every time.
The defense does not want to let a player behind him, receiver behind him, so they're going to back up, but he can go down 15 yards, come back 5.
And he gets the first down.
But we send somebody in there to get that quarterback, and we could hustle him and rush him and maybe blitz him and drop him for a loss, and that'll be the ball game.
And they have been pressuring him all game. I mean, they've gotten in there some, but only had maybe 1 or 2 sacks out of it.
Kobe Cross is defensive back with Cole Johnston back there.
He's got 2 guys lined up wide to this side. They're obviously spreading everything out.
He's going to have time to pass. He's looking for that sideline play. He's there and gets it. Is he inbounds? It's a good catch.
Yeah, the Plymouth defender slipped and fell.
Yeah.
Might have contested that if he had, but that's a big gain.
Too much time. Too much time to pass.
And the fact that the defender fell. It's at the Plymouth 35 now, so they're threatening. They're trying to move it in here.
Plymouth defense looking to stand up here. Another sideline pass to number 4. Gets knocked out of bounds, but not before a first down. He's going to move those chains again. There they go. Alvirne's marching down, looking to tie this ball game up. Or maybe looking to go for 2.
Yeah. That was a big 4th down conversion. And again, the Plymouth defender fell.
At the Plymouth 25-yard line? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's 25-yard line. First down at the 25, and we're down under 2.
Under 2 minutes?
Yes.
Big play here.
Still throwing the
Quarterback
ball.
Still has time. He's going down the sideline.
And incomplete.
Nobody was looking. Receiver was not ready for that. He wouldn't have gotten it. Clock stops on him, incomplete. Alvirne's going to regroup. Quarterback's got a great throwing arm. I don't like how much time he's been having.
Well, they're probably watching the run because you can break a run here too, and you've got to obviously be aware of that.
Down to the end zone.
He was behind the defenders.
He overthrew it.
Yeah, he overthrew
him.
it.
That was scary.
His receiver was ahead. His receiver was. He had gotten beyond the Plymouth defenders.
What a finish we got here today,
If
Tim.
that
Holy
pass
mackerel.
had been there, that would have been a score.
Unbelievable. Plymouth defense again has to stand tall here.
So we now at a 3rd down and 10. We got 2 more downs here to try to punch it in as we're down again under 2 minutes.
From the 24-yard line of Plymouth, Alvirne looking to tie this game up. Quarterback back to pass again.
Still got time.
Going right down the middle, overthrows him too far.
4th down. So this is it again. We're back here again. 4th down. They're probably going to do that sideline pass again because they've just had no problem converting on it. And I'm looking, I think we got about a minute and 30.
Minute and 30.
Minute 30, a little over a minute 30.
Deciding on who's going to that championship at UNH next Sunday.
This is really it for Alvirne. They've got
down.
to convert this. The Bobcats need to stop it. He's going deep.
Going down the right-hand side now. No good.
Not even close. Not even close. And it looks like the Bobcats are going to take over here.
Can't celebrate yet.
They've got to run this clock out, and Alvirne's got a couple timeouts. So who knows? We got a minute and about 30 left.
What a finish. Who would have thunk it?
And it's been scoreless here in the second half, and it has. It's been a low-scoring game, and that's what you said, Paul, at the beginning.
Whew. St. Thomas, 7-6.
14-12 against Pelham.
And we get our 14 on the board today.
He had how many games?
And the defense holds them off.
And how many games in Division II have had 40 and 50 points? Including that game down in Hollisbrook.
Well, they say offense might win a game for you, but defense was going to win the championship.
Yeah, and that was...
Plymouth defense has shown up today.
So let's see if they can move this football. A 1st down probably gives them in this game.
It's going to Joey D'Ambruso. He's had it all day.
Oh, and he got about 8 on that. He almost broke it. That's big. Immediately, Alvirne's going to have to call a timeout here to stop the clock because Plymouth is going to run it.
I think this might be their last timeout if they do call it. Clock's running. Maybe they don't have a timeout.
Yeah, they just called it.
What a game. 14-7. Plymouth looking to go to the championship for the 4th year in a row. Last year they beat Alvirne in the championship. Alvirne loaded with seniors this year, coming back strong. Looking to have themselves their only championship. They've never gotten one. North Plymouth has a million of them.
And there's 1:23.
A minute and 23 seconds left. Plymouth in control.
And I don't know if Alvirne has 1 timeout left or none. I'm being told they have 1 still left. So again, if Plymouth, if they can get this 1st down,
Then they're going to go into a little victory formation.
I would think they would
take a knee and the game is over. We go home and have some hot chocolate. 2nd down,
and
3 yards. Drops the ball. Did he just fall on it? Hopefully. Plymouth still has control.
But that makes it a 3rd down.
I don't know what happened with Jake Duquette on centering it to Cody. Must have been some kind of mishap. And Alvirne's going to take their last timeout. And it's 3rd down for Plymouth with still 3 to go. A long 2.5 anyway.
That hurt because now they got to get this on this play. I doubt that they're going to go for it on a 4th down this deep in their own territory. They need to get this first down, or they're probably going to have to punt.
Well, if they don't, then you have Cody Bannon do that rollout, and he'll get the yard for you, and then the game's over. I hate to give up an opportunity for them to block a punt, for them to run one back.
I think a lot depends on how much this clock runs. And if they get the first down, it doesn't mean a thing anyway. But if they don't, it's like how much do they need and what are they going to do?
Plymouth coming out to the line now. Alvirne's out of timeouts, cannot stop the clock. Plymouth just needs a first down. A long 3rd and 3 yards to go. Going to be a handoff to guess who?
And he's got it. He's got it.
Holy mackerel.
That's the game.
What a workhorse. Is that Joey D'Ambruso again? What a great run by Joey. He's been the workhorse today from the backfield. And that's going to move the chains.
That should take care of it. We're down to about a minute. Down under a minute with the clock running, and Alvirne can't stop it. And
what a great
Coach
win.
Sanborn is taking his club to UNH year 4.
The coaching staff, the Plymouth defense has stood tall. Alvirne did get a score, but that was it. And we're in victory formation now, Tim. He's going to wait. You get that 40 seconds. He's going to get down, and he's going to take a knee. And there it is. Holy mackerel. Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
I don't think anyone would have predicted this team was going to be at UNH.
Kudos to that offensive line that gave Joey D'Ambruso the opportunity to run. He probably had close to, I don't know if he went close to 100 yards. He had great carries. Alvirne's very disappointed. I think they're going back to Division I. They're going to get crushed, probably, losing all these seniors. And Plymouth is lining up to shake hands. This game is over. Off to UNH next Sunday.
And how many people statewide would have said Plymouth will beat Pelham at Pelham and beat Alvirne?
Well, the union leader had it right, 20-14 almost.
Yeah. But I mean,
we love the union liar. They don't predict.
But
what a great
I don't think. I mean, with all obviously the media hype about the offenses of the Southern Tier, it's defense.
It's defense. You're right. It's defense, and
their defense the last 2 weeks has shined in 2 victories against Pelham and now against Alvirne.
That's the coaching staff comes up with the game plan. Coach Sanborn on offense. 1 screenplay pass to Joey Cleary for big yards, get him out of a hole, and that's all they needed today.
Impressive
Alvirne,
performance.
Very impressive performance on this cold, beautiful, sunny day for football. And we're going to see how it looks next week at UNH again, Tim. Our 4th year in a row.
We're going to see if we have any update on that game, which at the time, and with going into the 4th quarter, Hollis Brookline held I believe a 27-14 lead.
Sounds like that's going to be the opponent for next week, and they're formidable. But you cannot...
We've had some crazy games, so you never know.
You cannot underestimate Plymouth. Certainly not the coaching staff. Coach Bounds and his offensive blocking schemes have paid off big today. Coach Lamb with the defensive backs. We did have 1 interception. They threw some completions, but everything was in front of us. And it paid off big for a big Plymouth win at home. Well-deserved. 7-2 record got him in the playoffs, as Coach Sanborn has reiterated. And that's all it takes. So next week, we're going to be at UNH, Tim. I'm going to have to miss church. What a shame. I'm so disappointed.
Paul, I will forgive you.
That's okay. I'm up for that.
And I think the Bobcats do have a prayer next week.
Absolutely. Tim Tyler, thank you very much for today. This is Paul Ferentz. We're signing off. Pemmy Baker TV, Granite State Sports Network. Hope you enjoyed it. Watch it all next week.
I'm here with Coach Chris Sanborn, head coach of the Plymouth Bobcats, who just won their semifinal round playoff game against Alvirne, 14-7. Big victory for the Bobcats. Coach Sanborn, what was the key play of the game?
Well, I think pretty clear it was at 4th and goal down there, 4th and 10, and we stopped them on the 2-inch line, a foot line, something like that. Cole Johnson and someone else was over there. The kid was wide open. They came up, made the tackle and just overpowered him and kept him out of the end zone. Jeez. Man, that was a great play, huge, and that stopped him. We got the ball back, got a few yards out of there and punted it away. But, man, that's a difference right there. One play, it's huge.
Well, I remember when I talked to you a few weeks ago, I asked you which would you rather have on the field at the end of the game, your offense and defense, and that was your defense. So I want to ask you an offensive question. Did you have any doubts about calling that screen pass in the fourth quarter?
No, we didn't have any doubts. We felt it was going to be there all week, and when we watched early in the game, we felt it was going to be. We talked about it at halftime. We said, boys, we're going to run this. It's going to be there. And Joe Cleary, he made a great run. Joe was our MVP early on in the season, really playing well, and he hurt his hip again. He's got a hip issue, hurt it again, and we held him out for quite a while. And he's a big wrestler, competing for New England's. And when he came back, getting his stretching back, he was ready to play, and I held him out of offense longer than I should have. I just didn't want him to get hurt again, because he hurt it up to Kenny. He broke away for a touchdown, and the kid pulled on his leg and hurt his hip there. And I was worried about him getting hurt on offense, really. And so we helped him out, and I was going to get him a couple carries there against Hanover in the last week of the regular season, and we had that pick six in the second half. And so he just wasn't really in playoff mode. It's kind of my fault I held him out so long, worried about him. And last week he played okay, and today he played even better. Jeez, that was a great run. He would have made some nice cuts there, and earlier he had slipped on a play, ran a special, and he slipped, and he was a little bummed out, but he had a great game. Ran the ball well.
Your offensive line was pretty dominant in the first half. Any comments on that? You had 2 great drives, 2 touchdowns. They were winning the line of scrimmage.
Geez, they sure were. I thought we executed real well. We made a couple mistakes once in a while that we didn't block the right guy, and that's what ended those drives. There's not a lot of room for error when you do that, but they were playing well up front. We were really going right at them, and I was impressed with the boys, up front, because I tell you what, Alvirne's very good up front. They're very good up front, and those kids in there, Jacob Duquette, we had left guard Eddie Camps, a sophomore, Logan Hickson, senior captain, left tackle. Trent Sargent got hurt and couldn't play the whole game, hurt his wrist. Tallman was playing guard, and Tyler Sikowski, another sophomore, was in there playing. And those guys, they did a great job. And you bring in our tight end, Sean Griffith, and Cole Johnson did a nice job. And of course, you got your wingback blocking a lot of those plays. And to tell you what, we were just pounding, moving the ball. The big thing, I think, is that ball control offense. I mean, really, obviously our defense was spectacular, but we limit their possessions by doing that. Sadly, before the half, we went for them 4th and 2, and way in our territory, and we didn't get it. And they marched all the way down the field and scored with time expired. You know what I mean? And Cody came off his guy, thought they were running the ball, and he made a mistake. And he was pretty bummed at halftime, but he got it back. A nice play on that screen pass, threw it out there, and that was a nice job.
You've beaten 2 Southern Tier teams here in the playoffs, Pelham, at Pelham, and of course today against Alvirne. And you're now going to go against number 3 Southern Tier team, Hollis Brookline. Any comments about facing them?
Well, they're very good, and they have some very, very good athletes. The Wimmer brothers, quarterback and wide receiver, they are big boys. They're physical specimens. And I think most people felt that Hollis was the favorite going into the playoffs, even though they were the 5 seed. I think a lot of people really felt that they were the team playing the best. They really just have started clicking, playing really, really well. They had some injuries early, they're bouncing back and forth, but right now they're on a roll. They just beat, Bo is exceptional. They just beat Bo to go to the championship, and man, we're going to have our hands full. But all I know is we're going to the championship, and we're going to play somebody, and we're going to show up. And we're going to give it what we got, win, lose, or draw. And these kids are excited to get back.
This is the 4th time in 4 years. You've won the last 3. How's it feel to go to number 4?
I just can't believe it. I would have never thought there was any chance of it ever happening with this group. I know last year we went to championship. We had lost everybody, but from 17. But we had a few kids back last year. We had Camden and Shooty, and we had Mom and Brickley back and those guys, and other guys just stepped up and played well. And this year, man, we really lost everybody. We had we only a couple guys back that played any minutes, and we played so well down at Bow down there. We played really well week 1, and then we kind of hit a road. We went up to Kennet on Friday night, and man, we played bad. I mean, we just played really, really bad. Just didn't get off the bus, and we had to beat St. Thomas. We figured to get in the playoffs at 7-2. I didn't think 6-3 in the North would get you in, and we won that game 7-6. And defense played great, and our defense has really carried us through the second half of the season, really all season. They've been spectacular, really, really well, and so we're excited to go back. That's in 4 years, that's our 11th playoff victory in 4 years. Now that you got to changed a few years back, you got to play 3 playoff games, 2 to get to the championships. It used to be 1, and then it was 2, now it's 3. that's a lot of playoff games in 4 years, I can tell you that. That's a lot of weeks of practice, and for those kids that just grind and grind and grind, it's pretty impressive. I know those seniors are pretty excited.
You're talking about Hollis Brookline hitting it on a roll at the right time, and actually I would say that's the same for the Bobcats, especially in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I know you worked on some things, and how do you feel that improvement's come about now with 2 playoff wins in the last 2 games of the season?
Well, I think the big thing that's impressed me is our execution. You know, we played some old school smash mouth football and just executing a little better. We didn't do that early in the season, especially that loss in Kennett. We just didn't execute well. I was really worried about us, and we've got back. We spent a lot of time just repping, you know, our basic stuff and trying to make sure they understand it. You know, sometimes you get ahead of yourself, especially with a team where they're all new, and I think they just didn't understand some of the basics. And we've gone to those basics the last 2 weeks, and they've executed well. And I'll tell you what, very impressed with the kids up front, impressed with the running backs, and especially our defense. Tom Lamb and those guys, geez, they've done a nice job.
Well, I want to congratulate you on a great season. I mentioned you talked about 7-2. You got there. You said get us in the playoffs. You've won the first 2, and you get to UNH. Good luck next week.
Well, thank you. We're going to need more than luck, but I tell you what, the boys will be ready to be practicing hard out in the cold weather, and we're ready to go.
Super.
Thanks.